Timex. Is it a treasure or is it pure trash? Do you have fond memories of a Timex? Maybe you had one as a kid. Or are you one of those people who immediately go wash your hands if you accidentally touch one? Is Timex the watch equivalent of the infamous AMC Pacer? Hey everyone, this is Eric from Eric's Everyday Watches. I review watches that the everyday working man can afford and enjoy. If you like this video, please consider subscribing. Even if you don't like the video, subscribe anyhow. Now I know what you're thinking. You saw that intro slide and you thought, is this guy going to do a video on the Timex Weekender? That watch is like 10 years old. It was never very impressive. It's not even stainless steel. Hell, the thing's made out of brass. And you can pick one up online easily for $40 or $50. Now let's get this out of the way. A lot of people do not like Timex. Timex is a brand that does not get a lot of love from the watch community. And when I say not a lot of love, I mean more people would rather sit down and have a long, in-depth discussion with a cable company than to own a Timex. Even though Timex has been around since 1854 and started in this little place called USA. I think the reason why a lot of people don't like Timex is actually the exact same reason why other people like Timex. You know, it is your easy to find, pick up at your local convenience store, grab and go type of watch. And I believe that is Timex's sweet spot. Some of the watches, you gotta admit, they look great, they're inexpensive, and Timex is a company with some horological history behind them. So even though you are spending less on a watch than you might be spending on lunch that day, you can still feel great about it. That brings us back to the question, Timex, is it a treasure or is it trash? And I'm gonna say, it depends on what you need, because we all need that one watch in our collection, and you know which watch I'm talking about. It's that watch that you're gonna wear when you mow the grass, or that you have to take your partner to the airport at 3 in the morning. Sure, you could wear that $5,000 Omega to spray the weeds in the backyard, but do you really want to take that chance? Why would anybody take that chance? Now, some of you might be sitting out there thinking, my $10,000 Rolex is a well-built, solid watch that I wear for any activity that I do, and I'm confident in it. And I'm sure that might be true. I also think it might be true that if you own a $10,000 Rolex, you are not watching my video about Timex. Is Timex the perfect watch for these type of activities? Is it the perfect beater watch? You know, it's funny enough, I think Timex actually built their entire brand around this question. Back in the 1960s, they had a series of ads on TV and print showing their watches going through a series of torture tests just to prove to people how dependable and reliable these watches actually are. They did some totally crazy things back then. They put this watch on Mickey Mantle's bat. They strapped it to lobsters and turtles to show how waterproof it is. They even put it on a leg of a racehorse and had it run around the track to show how dependable this watch was going to be. And in my opinion, those might have been some of those best ads ever. And here's why. Because regardless of whether or not you own a Timex, or you like a Timex, or you even have a watch at all, I bet you anything, if you went up to anybody and said, hey, what is the tagline for Timex? They can tell you what it is. Now you try to do the same thing with any other brand. Go up to somebody and say, what is the tagline for Rolex? Or what is the tagline for Omega? I bet you they do not know. I'm not sure you know. I don't know. I couldn't even tell you what the tagline is for those watches. I think the core audience for Timex are people who are looking for great looking watches. They're priced inexpensive, $35 to maybe $70, and there's a wide range to choose from. I mean, just like look at the Weekender alone. You have 38 millimeter, 40 millimeter, different dials, hand combos. And then you consider all the sport casual watches they have, the MK1, the Easy Reader, Expedition, Quartz, Solar. I mean, there's kind of something for everyone. As you may know by now, this watch here that I'm wearing, this Timex, this is actually my go-to beater watch. It is the first watch I ever bought as an adult for myself. And I still wear this watch at least once a week. I have lots of watches. And it is my go-to watch because it lights up, It's at the $40 I paid for it. I'm never going to have to worry about it. If anything does happen to it, I know I can easily go out and get another one. I don't even have to go online. I can go to my local Target store and pick one up. I admit the strap that it came on when I bought it years ago was pure crap, right? But that is something that almost every watch manufacturer does. It's an easy way for them to cut corners and to keep the cost down, to compromise on the strap. But there's a very easy fix for that, right? You go online to AliExpress, you order yourself a $5 strap, you wait 3 months for it to show up, and there you go. Now you have a perfect watch. Of course, we can't talk about Timex without talking about their best feature. You know the one I'm talking about, Indiglo, right? Sure, Lume is fantastic on a watch. And I'm sure if you live in some sunny place like California or Florida, Lume is probably great and you love it. On the other hand, if you happen to live someplace like, I don't know, Minnesota, where the winter lasts 6 months a year and it's pitch black when you go to work and it's pitch black when you come home, then perhaps you might enjoy Indiglo a little bit more. Here's the thing. For the life of me, I do not know why Timex does not include Indiglo on every single watch they make. Why would you leave off your one killer feature? I mean, that'd be like Jeep selling a vehicle without a 4x4 option, or a smartphone that doesn't come with a camera on the back. Now think about it. There must have been a meeting or a committee at some point in the back where Timex was trying to figure out how are we going to sell this watch and make it different than the others. And somebody, stood up and said, I know, let's leave off Indiglo. Why? Why would anybody do this? So there you have it. Timex, trash or treasure? You know what side I'm falling on. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think? Do you agree it's a great beater watch? Is it a great introduction into watch collecting? How much would you consider spending on a Timex? And do those $300 or $400 Timex automatics hold any appeal for you? Maybe you have some other type of beater watch. This is Eric from Eric's Everyday Watches, reminding you, buy the watch that you love. And remember, this is your collection. Nobody else is going to wear this watch except for you. I'll see you in the next video.